Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we are going to do a full face of new products that I got. Some of this I bought from Sephora with my own money. Some of this was sent to me from a couple of different brands. So I hope you guys are having a great day. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and I love trying new makeup. And this is me trying new makeup. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already, and let's just hop into it. We actually have so many new goodies to try. There are an insane amount. So we might be layering a bunch of things, but that is a-okay. I have stuff from PR, from Jouer, and Nabla, very exciting. And then I also have stuff that I bought from Sephora. So Nabla was nice enough to send me an entire box of goodies, so I'm very excited about this. In this box, I don't know if I'm gonna try absolutely everything, but I am gonna try a lot. The first thing that I want to go in with is this from Nabla, Angel Aura Radiant Plumping Serum Primer. This is the packaging. I love Nabla's packaging so much. It is so cute and so beautiful. Actually, let's just pump a little bit of this out to see what the texture is like. Super gel-like. I actually feel like that would be really nice. I am not sure how I feel about the reflect that is in here though, because it seems maybe holography. I guess let's try it. Let's just apply this. Okay, blend it out. Not holography at all. It does have a fragrance to it. It's not too overpowering, but it exists. It is there. I think I really like this primer. It's like subtle. It's not too glowy, but it does feel tacky enough and hydrated, but not oily. I actually have two different concealers here. I have one from Refi that I bought. This one is their concealer in the shade 10. And then I have one from Jouer. This is their high coverage liquids concealer in the shade Honey. Let's give both of these a swatch. I feel like these are very different vibes, so I'm maybe a little bit concerned. The formulas are very, very different. So this lighter swatch is the Refi one, and then this one is the Jouer one. So the Refi one is much more lightweight. It honestly kind of feels like separated in here, which is not the best sign. And then the Jouer one is much thicker, but I think maybe we'll just do like a mix of the two. I'm just shaking up the Refi one a little bit because I feel like the texture of it was wrong. Maybe we'll start off with the Jouer one on just the one side and then see if I like the Refi on the other. I don't have a foundation to try, so this is all that we got. Definitely a good amount of coverage. If you are comparing the two, I feel like that looks nice. The shade of it isn't too dark either. I would maybe want something a little bit lighter for my under eyes, but I think it's like a decent skin tone match. I feel like it looks a little dry. Let's go in with the Refi side on this one. The Refi one is definitely much more of a lightweight consistency, very much gel-like, whereas the Jouer one is more of like a cream. I don't know if the Refi one did anything. I feel like it's like slightly covered, but not enough to really notice a difference. Looking up close though, I do feel like it looks more hydrated though. Like I like the way this looks under my under eyes more than the Jouer one. I think that's just gonna have to be something I try out a little bit more. Currently, I'm not obsessed with either of them. I am going to put on some foundation. This is the Misha BB Cream in the shade 25. I probably should have done this before putting on concealer, but we can reapply concealer if we need to. I haven't used this Misha BB Cream in a really long time, so I don't fully remember my thoughts on it. I feel like, I like know that it's quite a thick formula, and I feel like that's kind of where I've been straying away from, and so I don't tend to like want to reach for it. The shade of this is also slightly warm. Not too warm, not like super noticeable, but definitely warmer than my skin tone. I guess let's try layering the Refi, because I like the texture of it a lot, but maybe it's like a little too light coverage for me, and maybe we can build up the coverage a little bit. I think that looks better, actually. And put a little bit more on this side as well. I also got this powder from Jouer. This is their Soft Focus, Hydrate, and Set powder. I am gonna put this underneath my under eyes really quick. I don't have any of my like pointed powder puffs, so I'm just gonna take this one that I got from Ulta, tap a little bit on there, make sure there's no excess, and just set under my eyes. Not a fan of how that looks patted onto my under eyes. Maybe if I take a fluffier brush, and then I'm just gonna tap this onto the center portions of my face. I feel like I look a little too tan for where my actual body is at right now. That is okay. It is starting to be the summertime. I'm sure I will get more tan as the time goes on. I'm not sure how I feel about these Jouer products. I'm so far not liking the powder either. It just looks really heavy on my under eyes. I'm not a fan of the powder. I'll obviously try it out a little bit more, but currently that's a no from me, dog. I also picked up the new Say bronzer. So I have this one in the shade Salt. This is the Dew Bronze to go along with their Dew Blush. This is a doe foot applicator for a little swatch. I feel like that would work really well for me. Dot a little bit on. I think I'm going to use the butt end of my sponge to tap this out. That blended super easily, like I figured it would. I feel like that looks nice. Do I look a little bit more sculpted? I feel like I do. Put a little on my forehead, run the rest on my jawline and bring it down. I like that. It's a soft sculpt. I feel like my cheek on this side looks a little bit more snatched without looking like too contoured. I feel like it makes my cheekbones look higher, which obviously a contour is supposed to do. Put some more on this side. I don't know how fast this is gonna dry down, so I'm trying to go in like sections. I like that. I don't think it's too dewy. I know that their blush is maybe like a little too dewy for my liking for like the whole day. However, I don't think this is too dewy. I have a few different blush options. I have this blush from Giorgio Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. I have this in the shade 41, which is this like bright red. And then I also have this Blush and Bloom Lip and Cheek Duo from Jouer. This is a cream blush stick. Let's do a little swatch of that. So this is the first shade on the cream blush stick. That is the shade Promise Me. And then this one is the shade Celebrate Me. I like the shade Celebrate Me off the bat, like so much more. Not speaking of formula, just the shade itself. And then the Giorgio Armani. Ooh, that feels interesting in the shade 41. So this one is a bright red. It is very lightweight. The Jouer blushes feel very like soft and emollient. I feel like they'll blend out nicely. What if we did like an ombre blush moment? Let's start off with the Jouer one. Let's do the shade Celebrate Me, kind of on like the higher points, or like the more front forward points. I'm hoping that drawing it directly on my face is not going to be a mistake. It might be. And I'm just going to take this Spectrum and Katie Jane Hues. Actually, I think I need something maybe a little bit denser to be able to blend this out nicely. This will work. I am not minding the blush. I feel like it looks nice. I like the shade of this a lot. I also feel like it's nothing like special in my collection though, and I feel like my mom would love this, so I think I'm just gonna give this to her. I do want to try the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Blush though, so I'm a little bit scared. I'm just gonna put like some dots and then immediately blend it out. Maybe I should have put this in my hand first. Holy pigmented. Okay. Too many dots. I am looking like a clown. And this kind of just like overpowered the blush. Hold on, I'm just gonna take my sponge and just go over it. I'm thinking this is more of like a Rare Beauty type of situation where you put it on your hand and then use your brush to blend it out. So I'm gonna do that instead. So I have more control over where I'm placing it. I love this color. I think that's so pretty. The only other thing that I have from Jouer is this Jouer lip topper in the shade Skinny Dip. This actually looks like it'd be really pretty. And then I also picked up the Tower 28 and Way collab. This is the Shine On lip jelly in their limited edition collab, and it It's just a clear gloss, but it smells really, really nice. So I'm not gonna use this. I know I love the Tower 28 formula already. I want to try some other things. Nabla also sent me some lip products to try and some blushes and their eyeshadow palettes. So much stuff. So let's get into all the things that Nabla sent me. They sent me 3 of their blushes. These are the blurring powder blushes. They sent me the shades Enigma, Lucky Rose, and Endorphin. I think of the 2, Endorphin and Lucky Rose are gonna be like my guys, and I think I'm just gonna give Enigma to my mom. But let me open these up so you guys can see what they look like. I think I love this packaging already. So this is the shade Enigma. It's just not really my vibe. I like that the outer packaging kind of reflects the inner packaging. I like the Nabla logo like underneath that, and it also has a mirror. So already love the component, and it's nice and thin and compact. These are the 3 shades that they sent me. So this is Enigma, this is Lucky Rose, and then this is Endorphin. Definitely feel like Lucky Rose and Endorphin are going to be my go-tos. I feel like my mom would really like Enigma. She's just like very much like a neutrals galley. I think my favorite is definitely Endorphin, and I think that's the blush I'm going to go with today. Let's just do like a little swatch though, just to test out how the powder feels. Very lightweight, has a nice pigment to it. I like that shade. It's kind of like a cooler toned red. I feel like that's gonna match the blush that I'm already wearing very nicely. Not a lot of pickup from, swatching it with my finger, but let's see how it performs with a brush. This is just my IT Cosmetics blush, like angled blush brush. Not a lot of pigment there either. The texture of these kind of remind me of the ColourPop pressed powder blushes, but not as much of a kick up. Do I think it's blurring? Not necessarily. I think that's a pretty blush. I like the blush. Do I think it's blurring? No. I think it's just a nice powder blush, a nice powder formula. I love the shade. I went a little bit overboard, so I'm just taking my sponge and kind of cleaning up these bottom edges here. I think I'm gonna give the shade Enigma to my mom. I don't think I'm gonna reach for that, and I'd rather just give it to her like brand new, unswatched. I am gonna swatch Lucky Rose though. Oh, okay. Way lighter of a shade than I was thinking it would be. I've run out of space. That's stunning. That's so pretty. And then I'm just gonna pack Enigma up and give this to my mom along with the Jouer blush and the Jouer concealer, because my mom is also tanner than I am, so she might like this more. Besides that, Nabla sent me their baby side-by-side palette. You guys know that I was obsessed with the Nabla side-by-side palette for a really long time, but it was just really big and hard to travel with. And so they have a baby version now. This looks stunning. This looks so up my alley. I'm really excited to dip into this. They sent me some of their lip tints. So this is the Beyond Blurring Soft Focus Sheer Matte Lipstick, and then they also sent me their Beyond Jelly Sheer Supple Lipstick, and then they sent me a couple of shades of both of them. So I think the packaging of these are so pretty. Look at this component. It's nice and like weighty. This is the shade Red Sapphire, and then they also sent me the shade Libido of the same Beyond Jelly line. That was the wrong way. That also looks like it'd be up my alley. They have their like powder matte versions. So this one, packaging, again, stunning. The component of it is also like matte. This is the shade Dea, maybe looks like I would wear that. And then they also sent the shade Saint, which is more of like a brownie tone. I don't think I'm gonna keep Saint. I don't think I would use that brownie tone. I am intrigued by these two though. I'm unsure which ones I want to try. Maybe we just try all of them. Let's swatch a couple. So this is Red Sapphire. I'm running out of swatch space, so we're gonna go down my arm. It's not too pigmented, which I love. And then this is the powder matte, and this is the shade Dea. I think I would like that as well. And then just for funsies, I want to swatch Libido. Ooh, okay, great shades, great shade choices. I think I am more of a fan of the sheer shades that they sent me rather than the matte ones, but I kind of want to try all of them. Let's do Red Sapphire, just because we have such like a heavy red theme going on already. Love, love, love. Maybe a little bit sticky, but that might be the residual gloss. I love the opacity of this. Let's try Libido Nabla. These are fantastic. This shade, stunning. I love this shade on me so much. Okay, beautiful. It's like, it's very comfortable. I barely feel it on my lips, but also like the shine is there. It's not sinking into like the lines on my lips, and it's not full opacity, which I'm not a full opacity galley. Love that. Very easy to apply as well. You don't have to be super precise with it. Let's try the matte blurring one now. I don't hate this color. Maybe a bit more like cool tone purple than I would go for typically, but I do think it's pretty. I think it's really comfortable. It's very similar to the Merit matte signature lip. I feel like if you have one, you're not gonna need the other. And then I do want to try out this gloss from Jouer. So we're just gonna apply this just to see how like shiny sparkly it is. I gotta say, I don't love how small the like handle of the doe foot is. I don't like it. Nope, not a fan. Not a fan of the way it looks on my lips. My lips look too like light, like holographic. Not a fan. The formula isn't anything like super special either. Nabla also sent me 4 of their Cupid's arrows, which I'm really excited for, and their mascara. So let's just do like a really quick eye look, and then we can decide on a lip product. I'm gonna go in with the side-by-side, the baby side-by-side palette, obviously. Gonna take a small fluffy brush. Just gonna go in with the shade Virtus. That doesn't sound right. I'm gonna take a smaller brush with the shade Dada. Weird shade name. That's okay. I'm just gonna focus this on the outer third. I'm gonna take the shade Full Moon, which looks like one of their duochrome shades, and just put this everywhere. That's so pretty. Very simple looks. I am not a big eyeshadow person, as you guys know, but I think that is a stunning palette. Small, easy to use, neutrals. What more can you ask for? And then for the Cupid's arrows, they sent me 4 different shades, so let's swatch all of them for you. All right, here are the shades going down, or going right to left. So this is the arrow number 2, brown. Then we have arrow number 10, midnight gray. Then we have arrow number 4, black. And then we have arrow number 9, cappuccino. They need like the lightest touch to actually get them to go. And I feel like if I had let these set down a little bit more, they would not have budged. Like, they're already kind of not budging. Let's go in with number 2, brown. It's gliding on so easily, like insanely easy. I'm gonna take a little liner brush and just like flick this out a little bit. I feel like it'd be so fun to have like bright shades of this for fun liner moments. It literally is gliding on. I think I'm a big fan of that formula. There's enough time to like play with it though. Like, I got a pretty sharp, subtle wing with that. And they also sent me their Vicious mascara, which, look at the packaging of this, you guys. That's insane. The like packaging is nice and heavy too. The cat eye, the cat head, are you kidding me? Now, I'm not expecting miracles with my lash and my lash type, but I really feel like I want to try it. The wand is nice and small. It's a plastic bristle wand. It is dropping my curl a little, which I was expecting. With the second layer, I like the way my lashes are looking a lot more. I feel like the volume is really nice. It dropped the curl, obviously, because my lashes are super picky, super finicky. I feel like this would be a really good lower lash mascara as well. I feel like the wand isn't too big. I am gonna put it on my lower lashes, and I just want to see how well it's gonna last. I want to see if it's gonna smudge. I think I'd really like this with my lash primer underneath to actually hold up the curl. But you can see my lashes are like pointing down, but you can see that they're very voluminous. At the very least, we are going to do a wear test though. I'll probably check in towards the end of the day just to really show you guys. I am going to put on a little bit of the Beyond Jelly because I feel like I want a little bit of something on my lips. My arm is covered. I am a really big fan of kind of the final result. I don't love a lot of the Jouer products I tried, but I feel like there weren't a ton of misses. As the powders have kind of like absorbed nicely, I like it more. But when I first applied it, I feel like it looked really, really cakey. I don't think that now. I think that it looks okay now. We'll see how well it lasts throughout the day. I did only do it in like the T-zone of my face. I like this mascara effect. I feel like if my lashes actually held a curl, I would like this mascara a lot. I feel like it looks volumized but also separated, so it doesn't look like clumpy at all. I love the blush. I feel like there were like a lot of different things going on with the blush though, so I'm not entirely sure which aspects of it that I love. I think for the most part, I'm gonna give the Jouer blush to my mom just because I think that she would really like that. And I don't really see myself reaching for it a ton in my collection, so I'd rather just give it to my mom. I feel like the primer looks really nice, actually. Like, I feel like my skin looks radiant without looking too glowy, which a lot of glowy primers can do. I will be sure to give you guys a final check-in at the end of the day. See you guys soon. And it's now 9:30 at night, so it's been about 12 hours since putting this makeup on. And, you know, I have looked maybe a little bit better. I feel like my oils are just really, really peeking through. The mascara did smudge on me, unfortunately. So you can see like here and here. I have had to wipe this a couple of times and it's still smudged, so not the best. I did turn on my like box lights as well, so I'm looking a little bit extra glowy. Base is starting to like look really cakey around here, and then maybe breaking up like a tiny bit within my like around my nose. The mascara on the top lasted really well. Just on my lower lash line it smudged a little bit. The powder I am not a fan of. I do not think that powder really did anything for me. I don't love the Jouer concealer either. I feel like the blush is really glowy, but I can't tell which product is what because I layered so many blushes together. I like the color of the blush. It is a testament that the blush has lasted all day considering how oily I am. I know I did layer like 3 different blushes, but that's a good sign. The Nabla blush looks really, really good, and I did not touch up blush at all. I feel like it's really, really prominent still. The Nabla eyeshadow palette is always a really, really good formula. Nabla Cupid's Arrow has lasted pretty well as well. I think this eye I like rubbed, so I think that one's faded a little bit, but this eye still looks really, really good and really sharp. And then also I think the Misha BB cream is just maybe not the product for me because I just feel extremely, extremely oily and greasy right now, and I haven't blotted since like noon, so it's been a good 9.5 hours since touching up my makeup, and my skin just feels so oily. I need to take this off. The bronzer I do think has lasted as well. I feel like my forehead still looks nice and bronzed without looking too dewy. I can't really see it on my cheeks anymore because the blush is like so overpowering. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope this wear test was helpful for you. You can see just how oily I am, and you can maybe see like around my nose it's just not looking good. I'm just very, very shiny right now, and I feel like that's kind of taking away from like everything else. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.